No muffler having redneck hillbillies messing at my audio here. So today we're going to find out once and for all which one's faster, the power drill or the hand drill. So let's take a look at the competitors. So for representing the past, we have the bit and brace. We've got the bit and brace with a 1/2-inch bit, auger style, traditional. Yeah, you've all seen them before, but pretty simple, 2 tools. So to represent the modern times, we've got a very powerful drill. We've got the Milwaukee Magnum. Man, that is a great drill. And an Irwin 1/2-inch spade bit, same size hole, a little bit different style. Of course, we've got to have our PPE, personal protective equipment, safety glasses. I know some of you will cry foul, but I tell you, anytime I've plugged in a power tool, the safety Sallies come out of the woodwork to give me a good scolding as to why I'm not wearing my PPE. So I assure you, my PPE will be in effect today. So the job at hand is going to be to drill 2, count them, 1, 2, 1/2-inch holes in this full dimension, 2-inch piece of seasoned Douglas fir. I've got it clamped down there with my jack clamps so it won't move, everything is secure. And well, you know, drilling 2 holes certainly gives an advantage to the power drill. And many of you said on last week's test when we tested the hand saw versus the power saw that had we had continued to make multiple cuts, then of course the skill saw would have ran away with the contest. So it's not entirely fair, but that's what it's going to be. 2 holes. So unlike last week, I'm not going to be using a Monte Carlo start because a Monte Carlo start doesn't exist. Le Mans start. We'll have to start over here, run, and put on Doff PFD, personal. I'm not going to put on my personal flotation device, my personal protective equipment, PPE. Plug in the cord always. Don't take issue with the cord because someone commented that wasn't fair. Mrs. W, I like her response. Well, it doesn't work unless you plug it in. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, okay, got to don our PPE, hearing protection. Hole number 1. Oh, we got to plug our drill in. Get the extension cord. Tie the knot in it. Well, you know, it does take time, but that's how I always do it. But when it's got unplugged, it might compromise her. Oh, it's going slow a bit. Chuck my bit up. Going as fast as I can. Get the key. All right, now this is where it's going to really shine here. Number 2. Oh. Pretty fast, but you get it all going. Let's take a close-up look at the holes here. So what do we got here? So we got, here's the bit and brace. Clean, nice holes. You can see right there where it started, right where it wound in. I was pushing pretty hard, but the whole good clean holes on the power drill there as well. You can see it pretty similar. A little bit more, certainly more uniform with this one. That's to be expected than the paddle bit, but both of them actually quite good. What happened on the other side, huh? Okay, so the bit and brace is going to be on the opposite side, unless you're from Australia. But what happened with the tear out there? Pretty similar. And you know, we're pushing really hard. So actually the bit and the brace tore out more because I was leaning all my body weight on it versus the power drill. But we wouldn't, of course, if we were doing fine woodworking, we wouldn't be having that problem because we'd put it down on another piece of wood there and clamp it there, wouldn't we? But I think both of them, well, they both made a hole, didn't they? But I think it's interesting, and you know, and these are just kind of fun. I'm not, again, I've never been wanted to make the argument that old hand tools are just as good or should be replacing our modern tools. It's just open the dialogue. Think about it. You know, it's nice to be able to use both, and sometimes we shouldn't discount those old ones. I mean, I go on and on about it, but it's true. Once you become proficient with them and have good sharp bits and learn how to use them, they're actually quite good. Can you guess what's in my pocket? You know what's in my pocket. It's Manly Manners time. Manly Manners is always in my pocket. So when I was going through, going to choose what the Manly Manners today. If you're joining us for the first time, every once in a while, at the end of a video, I do a Manly Matters. It's a book, Don'ts for Husbands, written in 1913. And we could all, what do we want? What do we want? We want to have happy wives. What's it said? Happy wives, happy lives. It was good advice from a very wise man, very politically incorrect, but very respectful. And I enjoy it. And how it still applies today, I think, is interesting. You know, human nature just doesn't change very much. So as I was going through Manly Manners, something else came upon me on my mind that I want to talk about that's not necessarily in Manly Manners. Maybe it is. I haven't read all the way through it. But it's about the worst betrayal you can do to a loved one. Thou shalt not do commandments that my wife and I have been agreed to and we never violate is this. Is in public, let's say you're having a dinner party and you have friends over and you're enjoying, everyone's enjoying themselves and you know, the wine is flowing or whatever and your guard lets down, is to start making comments or releasing little tidbits of information about your loved one, about your wife, in disguising them as a joke and embarrassing her. And I have seen this. I'm ashamed to say I've done it myself. I see it done all the time, and I'm really sensitive to it every time when I look over at the poor. It happens both ways, not just men, but mostly what I've seen is the men doing it towards their wives, of releasing some little bit of information, maybe some little personality quirk or something that she does that she would be embarrassed if anyone else outside of the family were to find out about it. And this is put out there by the husband, and it's all made okay because it's done in jest. Oh, I was just joking. Oh, I was just kidding. Watch when it happens when you're in a group of people, and look at the reaction upon the poor woman or the poor man that is at the receiving end of it. What you're doing is you're killing the love that your wife has for you. It's the death of 1,000 cuts, and you continue to do it, and it's hurtful. And it causes so much damage and so much destruction. It's a tremendous betrayal. Your wife trusts you, your husband trusts you, you live together, you all have little things, little issues that you have or personality quirks that you don't necessarily want to be aired in public. And when you do that, it's very hurtful and it's very damaging and very destructive to the family. The cardinal rule, what Mrs. W and I never do, never ever do we talk about one another when we're away from each other, if she's meeting with her friends or I'm with my friends, in anything but the most positive light. Never do we air dirty laundry. Never do we go to friends to try to resolve unworked issues. We work together. We talk it out. We don't go to bed angry. We don't harbor and stew on these things. We get them out. If there's something that I'm doing that's annoying her, I have given her permission, and I really hope that, and she always does it, to come to me and let's stop that. Because I don't want to do anything that is offensive to her. I don't want to do anything that's hurting her feelings or breaking her heart. And certainly she doesn't want to do that to me. We have a mutual respect towards one another, and we deal with those immediately. Do not take those things outside the home. It is a tremendous, tremendous betrayal of trust, and it will seriously hurt and will kill the love that your husbands or wives have for you. So if it's probably in the Manly Manner somewhere, if it isn't, it should be, because it's an important thing. And I don't think that any one of us have done it intentionally. Sometimes we just don't think about what we do. And I heard someone say one time, I don't know if it was C.S. Lewis or who it was, we don't typically need to be told what to do. We don't need to be told what the right thing is. We simply need to be reminded. And that's certainly true for me. So keep your issues in home and deal with them together. Remember, your wife is, your husband is your best friend. They've got your back. It's the person that you can call that will always be there for you. So foster it, take care of it, and don't betray it. So we'll see you guys on the next video.
It is a beautiful day on the homestead, the first day of summer. I've got a little background, a live view of Mount Fuji out in all of her glory today. Some people ask, is that an active volcano? Well, it certainly is. All the Cascade Ranges our mountains are active, and I've been up very high on several of them while they quaked and the smell of sulfur was all over. So we are plenty far away, so I think we'll be safe. We have quite a big drainage or two between us and them, but we will have a front row seat, I'll tell you that. So, boy, Manly Matters really struck a chord with me today. That is something, I don't know why it is, the kind of our default position to fall back into that demeaning our spouses. It's a constant battle for me not to do that. And it's just interesting to me. So it's a great reminder for me as well. So, man, I've got so many fun things that I want to share with you guys coming up that we'll be videoing today. Mrs. W will be back, and the thing is we have a big we set ourselves a date to have a 4th of July party. We do an annual party where we do an inner tube river drift and have some of our best friends and family come over, and it's something that we do every year that I really look forward to, and that's coming up soon. What is it? We got a week and a half or so, and we need to have, well, the downstairs done, and I think we'll do it. Well, we've divided and conquered today. Mrs. W is out picking up the last remaining materials. We're installing trim and lots of fun things, and I've got a really cool clock that I want to share with you too, from Germany that we just love. That'll be the next video. So I guess that's it. We'll see you guys on the next video.